Inside Nigerian Leadership Television. Today is December 16th, 2024, and my name is Winifred Ubebo, your host on the program. On this first segment of the show, we are looking at front headline stories of some select newspapers, including Nigeria's most influential leadership. Leadership's leading story this Monday says TINUBU to ECOWAS leaders, we must learn from Ghana's democratic example. Leading story on leadership this day, Monday, December 16, 2024. TINUBU to ECOWAS leaders, we must learn from Ghana's democratic example. Says democracy must mature in Africa. Nigeria pays 85 billion naira, $54 million ECOWAS levy after 19 years. Payment affirms Nigeria's regional power. Toure. Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger set to exit regional body in 2025. We have the picture of the capsized boat who was crossing with passengers on River Benue from Agua to local government area of Benue State to the neighboring Nasarawa State, killing no fewer than 20 persons yesterday. May the souls of the departed rest in peace. The cover photo on Leadership newspaper this Monday. Other stories on the cover of Leadership: 20 feared dead in Benue boat mishap. That is the story for that photo on the cover of Leadership. Army destroys Lakurawa camps, recovers arms in Sokoto, Kebbi. 2025 budget: Abbas urges Nigerians to submit demand now. Finnish government freezes Simon Ekpa's assets. Towards the mindset of leadership, PDP denies inviting Jonathan to contest in 2027. The story runs on page 20 of Leadership newspaper. And on the business boss, tenants lament as year-end rush compounds rent hike. Intensify call for bill against Shylock handlers. Tenants lament as year-end rush compounds rent hike. Intensify call for bill against Shylock landlords. And above the masthead of leadership, where we have been carrying awards for this year, we have the Governor of the Year 2024, and it actually goes to the Governor of Jigawa State. Sorry, was nominated for that award for showing himself to be a governor for all Jigawa people. Malam Umar Namadi. Congratulations to the governor. From that, we move to the page 3 of Leadership, where we have the permanent stand. Today's stand is on assessing government agencies. The federal government has continued to pursue the goal of making the business environment more friendly in an effort to attract investments, both local and foreign, and encourage and sustain existing ones. President Bola Tinubu, in his numerous investment drives, especially abroad, has made Nigerians' ease of doing business environment the key selling point of his message. These are paragraphs on that stand today as assessing government agencies. From that, we move to the back page of Leadership, where we have Monday column with Dakukupiti side. Today is writing on still on state police. Nigeria's federal police system struggles with inadequate personnel and resources. Quotes from that column today on Monday with Dakukupiti side, still on state police. For continuation of this back page Monday column, the inside stories are today's stand and continuation of the headline stories on Leadership this morning. Log on to the website of Leadership newspaper, www.leadership.ng. From Leadership, let's talk council autonomy. That's the leading story on the Punch newspaper this Monday. It says Argon NULGE kick as governors get 2 trillion naira local government allocations. Council autonomy: Argon NULGE kick as governors get 2 trillion naira local government allocations. Local government bodies worried over uncertainty in Supreme Court's verdict implementation date. ECOWAS to approve Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso's withdrawal January 29. 10,000 Christian pilgrims pay 30 billion naira airlift begins December 22. I'll take that again. 10,000 Christian pilgrims pay 30 billion naira airlift begins December 22. Death toll hits 20 as boat capsizes in Benue. Abuja land only valid after payment. C of O, Minister spokesperson. Beside the masthead of the Punch, APC opposition welcome planned PVC withdrawal. Above the masthead of the Punch, TINUBU not threatened by Obasanjo, Kwankwaso, Obi's 2027 talks, APC. OPS PS SMEs collapse as car scarcity lingers. Dangote refinery extends export to 3 African countries. Dangote refinery extends export to 3 African countries. With that, we conclude review of front headline stories on the Punch this morning. For more, log on to the website of the Punch, www.punchng.com. From the Punch, we move over to Daily Sun still on the go boat capsized over the weekend, and the Daily Sun has it as its leading story. Tears sorrow in Benue, scores dead as boat capsizes, 3 die, 5 trapped in Lagos road crash. NGE expresses concerns over anti-media/free speech laws. Be patient. Tinubu's reforms will sanitize Nigeria's economy. Akume, the SGF. Declare state of emergency on South roads. Clark writes Tinubu. Marketers in talks with refineries. NNPCL over cheaper fuel price. And towards the masthead of Daily Sun, Oborevori blasts APC government on economic policies. Oborevori is the governor of Delta State, accuses the federal government, that is the APC, of unleashing hardship on Nigerians. Last story is beside the masthead of Daily Sun. Federal government convicts 325 terrorists. Insurgents jailed 70, 50, 20 years respectively. And with that, we conclude front headline reviews on the Daily Sun. For more, log on to the website of Daily Sun, www.thesun.ng. From Daily Sun, we move over to the next paper on our menu, and that is Vanguard. Vanguard says federal government overshoots 2024 borrowing target by 4 trillion naira. Borrowing 49% above target on 11th month. May hit 67% at year end. Domestic borrowing hits 8.9 trillion naira. Analysts list impact on inflation orders. More borrowing crowds out private sector. Experts. We have the ECOWAS heads of state meeting in Abuja. And the picture is what is gracing the cover of Vanguard newspaper. Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger have till July 2025 to return to ECOWAS leaders. TINUBU to ECOWAS leaders. Let's learn from Ghana's democratic example. Boat mishap claims 20 lives in Benue. NGE expresses concern over anti-media/free speech laws. In sports, 2024 CAF African Footballer of the Year, which incidentally happens to be today. The pronouncement will be made today. Lookman, the man CAF fits. That is what Vanguard is carrying on his sports section this morning. Lookman, the man CAF fits. Of course, reading the story, know that Lookman, the CAF actually fits him. Above the masthead of Vanguard, 3 trillion naira spent on raw materials imports in 2023, coming from Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, MAN. Terrorism, federal government secure conviction of over 200 suspects, NSA. Dangote refinery says we've exported petrol to Cameroon, Ghana, Angola, South Africa. And that concludes the review of front headline stories on Vanguard this Monday, December 16, 2024. For more, log on to www.vanguardngr.com. And from Vanguard, we move to the last paper we have on our menu this Monday, and that is our sister publication, National Economy. National Economy says tough road to tax reforms. Tax road to tax reforms. Leading story on this week's National Economy. National Economy is a weekly business paper on the stable of Leadership Media Group. And beneath that, we have managing living amid economic challenges as 2024 winds down. Managing living amid economic challenges as 2024 winds down. Actually, we have just few days to go for 2024 to widen and usher in 2025. Before we leave national economy, there is a story above the masthead of national economy. Wike others get leadership awards because inside national economy are the awardees and the categories of the awards award gave them the award. Don't forget to log in to National Economy website to read more on that. Even from National Economy, we bring to a close the first half of today's Inside Nigeria. The second half is coming in shortly with our guest in the studio. Don't go away, stay tuned. Welcome back to the second segment of the show, Inside Nigeria. My name is Winifred Ubebo once again. Of course, you can see I have my Monday guest in the studio. He's a public affairs analyst, political economist with a PhD actually. He's Ali Elias. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, welcome. So, Nigeria hosted, TINUBU hosted the ECOWAS leaders over the weekend. And of course, the fallout of the meeting was the fact that Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, they are set to exit regional body in 2025. Like one paper has it that they are exiting January 29, 2025, while another one says they have until July 2025 to exit. What is actually happening? We thought we could actually, peace has reached and all this stuff. Yes.
Right, it's quite pathetic and that we could not handle it. You remember when the last time that an English-speaking person became the chairman of ECOWAS, such thing actually happened. Is it Mauritania or something that happens then? So it's quite pathetic that up till now, we have not gotten a solution to this challenge. Well, for me, I think President Bola Ahmed Tinubu need to do more. When we say doing more, he has to extend his big brother hands to all this because it's not good that they go out of ECOWAS. It won't speak well for us at all. And they have given June again. However, I think
but another paper has it January.
And I think those military government, they don't want to also go. Remember, some of them give dates that is going to elapse very soon. So they are finding a way of extending it. And that's why they are trying to say they will not actually come back to ECOWAS, which for me, they are going to lose because they are saying now that no problem, we will allow free movement and free visa to our place, but we don't want to be part of the ECOWAS. It does not work like that. Is that we are with us or you are not with us? I think that's our place need to settle. We need to settle that information. Is that you are with the ECOWAS or you are not with the ECOWAS?
Now let's see the implication of their exit from ECOWAS.
Right, the implication is economic. Is much more of economic problem because we are benefiting from them, they are benefiting from us. However, they will suffer more because we are going to.
But they are not looking at it from that angle.
Yes, they will not take. That's why they are military leaders. Okay. So military leaders don't look that perspective. They know their tenure, no matter how long, is going to be short in one day. Democracy is going to come, but a democratically elected president, we know the implication of moving out of such regional body, of not benefiting from such regional body. But because they are military, they believe that it's bad fair, so let's just move on. And they are doing what benefits them as at that time. They are not futuristic in their decision making. That's what is actually happening. Because a national assembly who is functional will never tolerate such exit. You know, because of you look at the even issue, because you overthrow, you are cautioned, decide to actually, though we didn't handle it very well.
That's what I was going to say, because there's some other schools of thought having that Nigeria did not handle it very well.
We didn't handle it very well.
You know, at the time they said they were going to use military force in Niger here, and we still had the northern, you know, regional part of the country saying no, that these are people that are brothers. How can you use?
For me, I think we didn't handle it very well at all. You know, but if you look at the way Tinubu become ECOWAS chairman, it's like it's premeditated, because he become president and 2 weeks, 2 weeks or a week, he just become a regional chairman, which is, for me, does not really allow him. So if I think our president don't handle it very, because we would have given it some chance, maybe 1 month, 2 months, he would have discovered himself. But he quickly said, block this, remove water, remove lights. It was not handled very well. So I think we should learn from that. And that's why I expect President Bola Ahmed to also do more. You can even visit those military presidents. It's not too much to do. As a leader, you can say, okay, Niger president, military president, I want to come and visit you. It's a big influence. Then you go, you don't even go only. You can even go with 2 other presidents of French speaking, because that's another thing that is affecting us. When this Isikufu of Ghana was the ECOWAS chairman, the same thing actually happened. Some, people want to, there was disintegration. So it's because, and we have much French speaking country around us more. So you can go do the visiting and talk to them, those military also want a soft landing, Those military presidents you are seeing, they also want what? A soft landing. So give them that, okay, now that you're the president, okay, when do you want to actually go between us off camera? Have that thing that, and they'll confide in you that, okay, I want to fix A, B, and C. Now beyond military, beyond ECOWAS, now you have personal relationship with all these people as well. And perhaps TINUBU have 8 years. I mean, chance of 8 years rather. So those military people, none of them have chance of surviving that 8 years. So they want to align with you, so that when they actually overthrow them again, or when anything happens to them, they will have a soft landing. So TINUBU should just do more.
And perhaps now, when they leave, nobody will call them to order.
Nobody will call them to order. I'm telling you. So that it will be worse, because they will be on their own. And AU will not have much to say. Global community will only be trying, but it is good you strive from neighbors. You go through neighbors and to solve issues.
All right, thank you so much. That is that. Another developing story is the issue of local government financial autonomy. Council autonomy are gone nudge and ULG kick as governors get 2 trillion naira local government allocations. Local government bodies worried over uncertainty in Supreme Court's verdict implementation date. What is happening? Is it that there is ambiguity in Supreme Court's ruling on local government and fiscal autonomy?
I'm happy that they are coming out to talk, because TINUBU must not only look at the Supreme Court pronouncement, it should also follow it down to implement.
Because according to the Punch newspaper's report, that according to investigation, that the money is still being paid to state government accounts.
I think there's a day it will take off. Remember, they said every state must do election. Remember, and they said if you don't do between now and January, you won't have that allocation for local government. So I think maybe the implementation date is what we have to look at.
But they said nearly 6 months after the judgment, the federal government had not effected direct payment.
Maybe they have not set. There's a way there's a process to it. So let's think. I'm happy that they are calling their attention to it, and much more people like us will also lend our voices that it's important that is implemented. It's not by
because you also recall that the federal government actually did set up a committee into it, and I just hope that it not take long. And there are some states too that conducted local government that the court banned payment of local government. States like Rivers.
I think it has been upturned. I don't know the judge, because I listened to the judge that maybe High Court or so upturned that is not within the jurisdiction of. So I don't know how, but I will check it today. I just asked, but I saw it this morning or somewhere. I'll look into it more.
Okay, so at the end of the day, what are we having here? Because the system, as it were, if we make a rubbish of local government autonomy,
Honestly,
because we have a situation whereby the state government will still be
conducting local government
we
and they
saw the
and
charm
collect the
of
money.
we saw the charm of local government
It's
election.
everywhere.
That's what
From
I'm saying.
Kano, Jigawa, Rivers.
Benue.
It is Benue. It is
Even
people
Benue.
that the governors want. If a governor may not even want
Kano,
a party,
even
if
Abia.
government may not want his
Abia,
party.
we even saw Rivers, even Abia. We saw a new entrant.
A new entrant, new party. So it depends on who governors. It's within their whims and caprices.
But then nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed though, unless there is a much more, and like National Assembly, I think it's the National Assembly, and they are trying to look at how you can have a body that will be conducting the election of local government. Let's see how that has to also play out. Maybe that would have solved the problem. Because if you remember, a local government chairman in Ogun State just voiced out. They removed him. He's a journalist. They removed that man because he just asked questions and clarification. So I think National Assembly needs to do more so that we can really have our third tier develop as expected.
Thank you so much. Now the nation, particularly including particularly Benue State, is in mourning by the tragic incident that happened when a boat capsized on River Benue from Agatu local government area, Benue State, to the neighboring Nasarawa State, killing no fewer than 20 persons. But I thought the agency on highways, NIWA, had already read that going on boats require life jackets, life boots.
Well, I think beyond federal government, states need to do some things too. Because you remember, this is the relation between states and the two states, right? So if states have that implementations, that okay, you must have a standard, not even only jackets. What's the standard of the boat, of the itself? That in fact, in some states like Lagos have been able to buy those things themselves. They don't want private sector to take lead and cause problems. So I don't know what stopped Benue State government, Niger State government, National State government to buy like two and keep it there for transportation. It's a means of transportation. So I think that's where the problems come. So state must also invest in that, because it's enough. You may be calling federal government. Is federal government going to buy for that place? It's wrong. So states should take over and make sure that they are doing.
But I thought they were saying that they have to enforce this law, that before you board any boat or whatever, you must have that this thing.
Still go.
So the intervention.
So if federal government say you must, state is closer. This is a local government. State should also enforce it more. Any state that have water bodies, Kogi, Niger, Benue, they must make sure they do all these things. Because if you have water bodies, there is no way people will not transport from one place to the other. You understand? So there must be that law, and there must be availability of those life jackets. Another thing is, states can be collecting tax revenue from that area. What are they actually giving out? So state has supposed to, okay, this is life jacket. Nobody should move. They can even have their camera there, everything there that will monitor all those things. We need to do more beyond this old way of traveling that we are still doing.
Okay. All right, still moving ahead. Another developing story that has actually, we like to say, locked down internet is the UK conservative leader, Kemi Badenoch.
Well, Kemi Badenoch, in as much as I have reservation for all his outbursts. However, when you look at what
she said, she identified with Yoruba than Nigeria.
What's
that she doesn't identify
that's not a statement.
She doesn't identify with them in the sense that after they have a northern Boko Haram Islamist state that she doesn't see herself as affiliated to the north, to Nigeria, but to
that's not a correct statement, because Yoruba is not an entity. It's an entity under Nigeria. So if trouble happen in the Yoruba land, what will you now do?
And you don't expect her to be a PRO for Nigeria.
Well, we don't expect her either. But the thing is, sometimes you have to also listen to someone like her, because when she talks about police, you know, all of us can relate.
Exactly, that's what
relate. This one is actually hitting the point. Because our police is becoming something. And she said that they're supposed to protect us, but they are now they are armed against. I don't know how she puts that in English. I think she's right.
Look at what they did to her brother then.
she's right though. I must. I had a friend who come from
And that she
Dubai.
wrote
Emily is
exam.
coming like this. They welcome him. You know, they collected him. Another one apprehend him again. So it's a sorry state for some people that are supposed to protect you. And okay, let me give you a close example. You know, they say we must not use tinted glass. So most of us don't use that dark tinted, but we use light one because of sun and eye. So they now say they should we should not use it. No problem. But if they arrest you, you have to pay like 150,000, 70,000 to 150,000. That's the amount you have to pay. Someone like us, we just quickly go and remove. We don't have anything to.
But however, the permission is always completed, because sometimes you have the information coming that you are allowed to wear to use it, just get permit.
For now, I don't think there's anything like that. But what I'm just trying to say, they are making it a money making system, which is very, very bad. So if they apprehend you, especially in the evening, maybe around 8, 9, you are going to pay a whole lot. And it's a serious issue. And that's why I have issue with the Nigerian police. At every situation, you take advantage of it to really abuse process.
You see what has been happening, even in Rivers State. You see a young NYC copper they kidnapped and stole so much money from police.
So it's a saddening and sorry.
They said, okay, I think they were apprehended. They were going traveling, and they now said, okay, just find us something. And the young man transferred money. They were with their phone, so they saw the alert, and the young man had so much in his account. That's how they
make sure
yes, the kidnapping.
So I pray they bring people to book, but the fact is that majority of them are actually non-well trained. They are eager to get money, to extort. I think that's the correct language, extort Nigerians, which is bad. But enough, it is right, but the origin is still the origin.
But however, I bet you, when
Anthony Joshua won the belt, a British citizen won the belt. He has case. They say a Nigeria citizen have case. They will change for her if she actually had an issue.
But however, because her remark has continued to generate controversies with other people saying that she's just saying the truth, because she knows that if she doesn't say the truth, they will point out to her that she's coloring.
Let them even learn from it, because it's not getting easy with the vice president. So I'm sure vice president is going to, she said you can remove Kemi from your name.
Yeah, we are still moving ahead. Finnish government freezes Simon Ekpa's asset. What are the leading stories today on leadership newspaper? Prior to this time around, the Finnish government has been playing, treating Simon Ekpa's case with kid gloves, despite federal government's angst over his antics. But now it's like, are we going to see the prosecution to the end?
Well, the fact is that nothing like them releasing him for Nigeria. Let him come and serve his time. Let's go and face the law here. You know why? Facing the law there is like you are still robbing the jail. Let him come and face, because if you look at what he has
But do we have extradition
well, we can start establishing. If you look at what the mayhem that man has caused.
But strangely enough, even where he was head, we still observed that the southeast still observed that Monday.
Well, it's an ideology sometimes. It might take time to go.
And the killings have continued on that.
Yes, but I think let them repatriate him and let us see to this Nnamdi Kanu.
No, but if they repatriate him, don't you think that it's also going to heat up the polity? Because that's what happened with Kanu Wanko's case. When he was awaiting
Nnamdi Kanu,
things were a bit calmer. But when he brought him, locked him up, things.
Well, that man must face the law, and I think the best is for him to come to Nigeria, so that he will know the implication of those things. So let him come. I think that's the best thing.
All right, thank you so much. We are still on this issue of petrol. Daily Sun says marketers in talks with refineries and NPCL over cheaper fuel price. There has been reports that the landing cost of fuel actually has dropped, yet Nigeria continues to pay more
by 20
for
naira.
Petrol. Yes.
By 20 naira.
Again, it dropped.
So what we expect much more.
Why Dangote is exporting his to Cameroon?
Dangote has been a blessing to Nigeria in terms of balance of payment and balance of trade. But for Nigeria, I think we deserve to buy like 600 naira. So government must put up more effort to make sure that we have more supply. I think more supply will help reduce the price as it were. But marketers want to sell, and they also want to break even. So it depends on federal government who is to take your welfare of citizens that will make sure that they make the infrastructure and the environment to sell cheaper to the citizens. And we also continue to talk about gas. I've not buy gas in the week because of the queue. So we are suffering to actually buy gas, which you encourage us to go ahead. We have done that. But now we have to go to there and park for 2-3 hours. Which is not a good one. So we implore government to make sure that they fit in this current budget so they can buy other caskets. I think they call it the casket that can enable other stations to have. And NPC must come to town. Because NPC is relying on NIPCO. Why can't they be on their own?
All right, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you on the program. It's on that note we've come to the end of today's program Inside Nigeria, where we discuss fun headline stories and some trending images. My name is Winifred, but don't forget to join us same time, same station for another fresh edition of the program tomorrow. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you for having me.
Ready for the Leadership Awards and Conference 2024. Join us as we celebrate excellence across various fields, honoring those who've made remarkable impacts. Award categories include Person of the Year, Quinquennial Award for Governance and Infrastructure, Governors of the Year, Business Person of the Year, and any more. Stay updated by following us on social media and visiting our website leadership.ng. For sponsorship and inquiries, contact us today. Leadership Award and Conference 2024, celebrating excellence and inspiring the future.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.